In the heart of the Middle East, two nations, Iran and Israel, stand locked in a deadly shadow war. It's not just about politics, it's religion, power, identity. This is a conflict that's been simmering for decades, and in 2025, it may have finally crossed the line. This is the story behind the Iran-Israel conflict and how it brought the region to the brink of war. To understand today's conflict, we go back to 1979, when Iran's Islamic Revolution changed everything. The pro-Western Shah was overthrown, the Ayatollah Khomeini came to power, and Iran turned into a theocratic Islamic republic. From that moment, Israel, a Jewish state allied with the United States, became Iran's sworn enemy. Over the next decades, Iran began supporting anti-Israel groups, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza. While Israel expanded its military dominance, Iran played the long game, funding, training, and arming its proxies. This wasn't a traditional war. There were no official declarations, just sabotage, cyber attacks, assassinations. In 2010, a virus called Stuxnet tore through Iran's nuclear computers. It was a cyber weapon, allegedly created by Israel and the United States to delay Iran's atomic ambitions. Then came the hits. Iranian nuclear scientists mysteriously assassinated one after the other, car bombs, remote-controlled guns, no fingerprints, but all signs pointed to Mossad, Israel's elite intelligence agency. Iran hit back, through Hezbollah, through cyber attacks, through threats. But the war stayed in the shadows, for a while. Iran says its nuclear program is peaceful. Israel doesn't buy it. For years, Iran and world powers negotiated deals like the 2015 JCPOA to limit uranium enrichment. But in 2018, then United States President Trump pulled out. Iran resumed enrichment. The clock started ticking. Israel declared, "We will never allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon." It was more than rhetoric, it was a red line. Iran didn't wait for open war. Instead, it surrounded Israel with what some called a ring of fire. In Lebanon, Hezbollah amassed over 150,000 rockets. In Syria, Iranian militias entrenched themselves near Israeli borders. In Gaza, Hamas and Islamic Jihad were, armed to the teeth. Israel responded with airstrikes in Syria, targeting weapons convoys. Each time, Iran vowed revenge, but the war stayed indirect until 2023. On October 7, 2023, the fire finally erupted. Hamas launched a surprise, multi-pronged assault on Israel. Paragliders, gunmen, and thousands of rockets. Over 1,200 Israelis killed. Civilians, children, even entire families slaughtered in cold blood. Israel responded with overwhelming airstrikes. Gaza was turned into rubble. Entire neighborhoods vanished. Thousands killed. Then the northern front opened. Hezbollah began launching rockets from Lebanon. Israel escalated with something unprecedented, the targeted killing of Hezbollah's top commanders. In a high-risk operation, Sayed Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah's secretive leader, was killed in an Israeli airstrike. Other senior figures followed. The group's leadership was shattered. It was no longer just a local war, it was regional. And everyone knew Iran was watching. By early 2025, Israeli intelligence suspected Iran was closer than ever to developing a nuclear weapon. On a cold June 13 morning, 2025, Israel struck different targets in Iranian soil. In a stunning display of precision, Israel struck multiple nuclear sites, Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan. They also took out top Iranian military commanders and top nuclear scientists. Iran's decades of nuclear progress decimated in a few hours' strike. The message was clear: Israel would act alone if needed. No deal, no diplomacy, just destruction. Iran's retaliation was swift. Iran launched multiple barrages of ballistic missiles towards Israel. Israel's Iron Dome, Arrow, and David Sling intercepted many. But some slipped through. Tel Aviv, Israeli Military Command Center, multiple residential and commercial structures in central Tel Aviv were hit. Few civilians killed, and many injured. The worst fear had come true. Open war between Iran and Israel. No more shadows, no more whispers, just fire, fury, and fallout. Today the Middle East sits on a knife's edge. Peace seems distant, trust is shattered. The Iran-Israel conflict is no longer about if, but how far. Is this the start of a wider regional war? or can the world pull it back from the brink? Subscribe for deeper dives as we follow every chapter of this unfolding crisis.